Right,
did a lot of landscaping.
Yeah.
He's so excited for this special teams day.
Last year we thought you'd have a lot of kickoffs that you had to make. This year we kind of know you do.
Yeah.
How's the preparation been for the new kickoff rule?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like last year was a little bit of a learning experience, and then teams kicked off less than we probably thought. So this year they're making us basically kick off more, which I love. I think we hope to just really take advantage of that on the return and the kickoff coverage side. So yeah, we'll see as it goes, but I mean we're really emphasizing taking advantage of it, doing some things that hopefully set us up for success rather than just necessarily popping it down and kicking it to them. Just hit a lollipop. Like we want to try and take advantage of some different kicks and different kinds of coverage and returns. To just set our defense or our offense up well.
Without giving too much away, what is the most important thing on a kickoff now?
Probably location. Probably just making sure you're not giving them free yards where if you pop it to them on the 10-yard line, we're starting when they catch the ball. And so if you give them 10 extra yards where they're just starting at the 10-yard line instead of the goal line, that's huge. That's kind of the hang time equation nowadays. So at a certain point, it's location on where the ball is placed, whether it's the corners, the middle, deep, short, whatever it is. You got to kind of be more precise nowadays.
Is it maybe making sure they're not on the run when they catch it too?
That's a big part of it too. Yeah, like you don't want them just catching it down the middle with a head of steam and ready to hit the return and get that free yardage. So that's things we're working on, and kind of game plans we're figuring out as we look at different opponents. Some guys are going to have two returners back there. Some guys are going to have one. A lot of it's TBD. We'll see what happens in the season now.
How much have you learned maybe that what you were doing during the summer and now you see it on the field and you're like, oh, this guy figured it out right away, caught it a different way than I thought.
Yeah, and I think credit to like Tom McMahon and the staff. I think we've been working this from last year pretty heavily. I think more so than maybe some other teams. So I think we're already a step ahead, and now it's just a matter of just like any other position and play. Now we've talked about it. Now we got to go practice it and go do it in games now.
So rumor has it that you and AJ are friendly, that you guys get along with. What's it like for you to see AJ kind of have the success that he's had? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's kind of been rated as maybe one of the best punters in the league, maybe the best punter in the league.
Yeah.
What's it like as a buddy, like to kind of see like him have the kind of success that he's had?
It's been cool. This is going on year 7 together now. So I got to see him as a rookie, and it's just awesome to see him get to work every day, and get to show up together as friends, but also as coworkers, and just get to better our crafts together, and just seeing how far he's come and continuing to go. I mean, he's just getting started, and we hope he just has a great year. Hopefully he's not on the field a whole lot, other than maybe holding some more. But no, it's just awesome to see him day in, day out. It's helped me a ton as a player, as a teammate, and then off the field too. It's just a blast. And it's been 7 years of our lives together, and hopefully a lot more.
Do you guys have any type of friendly competition between punters and kickers?
Yeah, I mean, off the field, not just on football, but we're just, we call each other work wives a lot of times. Like we joke about it, but I probably spend as much time with him as I do my wife. So we get to know each other really well, and get to spend a lot of good time competing. Obviously Coach Carroll's all about competition, so whether it's shooting some hoops in the basketball, on the basketball hoop, or playing some cornhole, whatever it is, just a little friendly competition that is better our crafts on the field, but also off the field.
So we gotta ask, who's better?
I mean, depends who you're asking. I'd say me, but he's gonna say him. So depends on the game. I mean, we golf in the off season. I think he won a couple games of free throw competition the other day, and then I won horse. So he's got the basketball background, but we rise to the occasion. Go ahead.
In the 7 years that you guys have been together, how do you come to training camp and try to think of different ways to roll from something from the previous season? As we've known each other so long, you can get into patterns and things like that. So how do you guys kind of stray from that to keep everything fresh?
Yeah. I mean, I think every year, we're continuing to try and get better, and we've talked about that. We've come a long way from our first couple years, but I mean, now you want to you to there's always problems to solve with your swing, with your, whatever the opponents are showing with new kickoffs, whatever it may be. So, just putting our heads together and talking it through with each other. We kind of speak the same language. A lot of it is self-taught, and, we're coaching each other about our swings, but, we're so familiar with each other now, we can kind of coach each other and help each other out, just work through, any issues we're having on the field. And so it's been just really awesome to have that camaraderie throughout the years. And just, we obviously are both very competitive, want to do well, and so it's fun to be able to push each other and also lean on each other a little bit.
You're coming into your 8th season with the Raiders. You're already second all-time in field goals made, third, 40 points away from George Blanda. Do these records have any meaning, like having your name up there in the records?
Yeah, absolutely, especially for a historic organization like the Raiders. That does emphasize special teams and has so many legendary kickers and punters and snappers throughout the league. So it's really cool, and I try not to dwell on that too much right now, and later on look back at that and really enjoy that. But it is really cool, and you gotta enjoy it every once in a while and think about it. But I've been very blessed and really enjoyed my time here, and I'm very appreciative of being a Raider, and hopefully get to do that for a long time. But yeah, just trying to take advantage of each day as it comes right now, and then this season, of course.
What advantages have you noticed just about having training camp back in Vegas?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously we've got some good fans coming in, and it's really fun to just feel the energy here in town. I think we've been fortunate with not too warm weather so far, so that's been great. But we have top-notch facilities here. So as much as it would have been fun to go back to California and Napa, wherever it may have been, I think it's great to be here. You kind of have your own setup, and we're going to go in the stadium Saturday. That's going to be a huge advantage for us to just get some mental reps and kind of visualize what it's going to be like on game day a few weeks from now and stuff. So I think everybody's really enjoying it. The staff's doing an unbelievable job, just making sure the hotel's perfect, all the food. We're able to recover as well as we can, so guys can go out and practice as hard as they need to.
Kind of speaking of energy, what are your thoughts when you see Coach Carroll out there covering punts and just running around?
Awesome. Yeah, he's probably getting as much running in as any other player. It's unbelievable, and it brings it. Yeah, it's very contagious. It just brings energy, whether it's the meetings, whether it's the practice. He's involved in everything, and he's just constantly running around and moving around. And it's just awesome to see that. Him preach it, but actually you can see it in display too every single day.
Jeremy, we saw a tryout kicker out there. Does that help you, just to be able to let somebody else get a couple of kickoffs and rescue, or did you like that?
Yeah, I think there's value, and you just always never know if I got hurt or something. You got to kind of have a short list ready and stuff. So I think it's always cool. And I've been the younger guy, kind of competing or whatever, but different scenarios. But it was really cool, and Gavin, he was great, and it was great to get to try and help him along too, and but it's also good for me to see someone else kick, and then you kind of have to follow up on that and stuff, and feel a little almost competition. So it was a unique deal, and I thought it was really good, and we got to talk about the kickoff situation, because that's something he's trying to work on, and so swapping ideas a little bit, that'll hopefully help me improve going into the season.
That's good. Cool. Thank you.